Hello, everybody. Once again, thank you so much for being here on my show. And obviously, my show is Just in Time to Chat. And today, we have some pretty juicy topics to get into today. And real quick, I do want to give another shout out. I know I have already, but to Trey Legas once again for making that awesome profile picture of me that you see in the top right hand corner of the show. It's amazing. He also made me a new banner for the channel. Go check that out as well. Big thanks to him again. It looks amazing. My channel looks awesome. So we can get into our first of the three main topics here today, and that is that the Loki Disney Plus series has gone back into development. And I don't have an article for this because I found one for the other one to figure out how to share more than one screen at a time, but whatever. So I'm going to find, okay, so pretty much it closed down for coronavirus, which a lot of things got shut down for coronavirus. And it really sucked because, you know, a lot of the movies that I was hoping to see got pushed back, or they got delayed, or they stopped filming. All this stuff. So I will read some of the chat towards the end of the episode. But I'm watching it. Don't worry. I am watching the chat. I am seeing what you guys are saying. I'm just going to respond to them at the end of the show. So, yes, the Loki Disney Plus series went back into development. And I have somewhat of a unpopular opinion when it comes to Loki. I think he's been a good villain. I think he's been a fine villain within the MCU. But to me, I'm not saying you have to feel this way. I'm not saying my opinion's right. It's just my opinion. But I think he has overstayed his welcome in the MCU. I think, obviously, Tom Hiddleston's a great actor. He's great in most things that he's in. But he was a good villain, but I don't find him enjoyable anymore. Ever since Thor Ragnarok, which obviously I did not like, I haven't been a fan. Obviously, there were one or two jokes in Thor Ragnarok that actually landed. But what they've done with this character is just, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan at all. Yeah, and I'm going to read this one, actually. I think Loki is overdone at this point, not going to lie. I absolutely agree. I think he's long overstayed his welcome. And I'm not saying he's a bad character. You know, I think he was good for the Avengers, the first Avengers. But I think they should have locked him up and been done. And then they just kept using him. They used him in Thor the Dark World. They used him in Ragnarok. They used him in Infinity War. And now he had a little cameo at Endgame, and now he's having a series. I'm like, come on. Like, it's just, I'm getting tired of seeing him in everything. And everything, you know? And it's not, like, it's nothing against, you know, Tom Hiddleston. It's nothing personal to any of them. It's just, I'm not a fan of what they've done with his character, and I'm not a fan of how we keep seeing him over and over and over again. And I'm not saying, like, oh, Justin, you haven't said the same. You haven't said that for Captain America. You haven't said that for Iron Man. That's not fair. Loki was a villain, and I feel like he was meant to be done in the first Avengers. Thor took him back to Asgard and put him in prison. That should be how it was, or that should have been how it ended, but it didn't. And you know, whatever. What are you going to do? But I am intrigued at the Disney Plus Loki series. I'm still going to watch it, at least hopefully, if it's good. I'm going to watch it, but. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, Anne Mulvier said that he thinks Loki is overdone, and I absolutely agree with that. So jump in the comment section below and let me know your guys' thoughts. And with that down, we can move on to one of my biggest topics here, and that is Suicide Squad's Peacemaker is getting a spinoff series on the newly released, not newly, I guess, it's not super new, but semi-newly released HBO Max. And I do have the article for that. We can go over and look at that right now. And that is, the Suicide Squad TV spinoff Peacemaker starring John Cena from James Gunn, ordered by HBO Max. And that you can see that Warner Bros. Released this. Warner Bros. Released that piece of art. So they're on board. I'm there for it. HBO Max has called in the Peacemaker, ordering a TV spinoff of James Gunn's upcoming Suicide Squad movie starring John Cena. The streamer has handed Peacemaker an 8 episodes straight to series order for its first season, with the Suicide Squad director writing all episodes and directing a fair number of them. So James Gunn will be involved. James Gunn will be directly involved, and I'm there for that. I love James Gunn. I think he's amazing. The show will explore the origins of the character that Cena plays in the 2021 movie. So this is going to explain where his character came from, what happened to him, you know, what made him rise to be the Peacemaker that we see in the 2021 The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. I'm assuming, judging by what this article says. Stop. It marks the latest major DC Comics original on HBO Max and comes after the service revealed it was making a spinoff of Matt Reeves' upcoming Batman film. DC Universe originals such as Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Titans, Swamp Thing, Stargirl, and Young Justice also recently moved to the nascent digital service, which I don't understand why they don't have it on Roku yet. That's so stupid. I want HBO Max so bad, but it's not on Roku. I don't get it. I don't understand it, and it's really aggravating. But because they're locking out like 60% of what they could be making on this streaming service, but they don't have it on Roku, and they don't have it on Amazon Fire Sticks or Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV. I have no idea what they're doing, but they need to hurry and get that deal through so they start making more money so people can start watching HBO Max, because I'm not paying for HBO Max so I can watch it on my phone. I'm not doing that. They also say James Gunn and the Suicide Squad producer Peter Safran will serve as executive producers of the series, with Cena as a co-executive producer. Peacemaker will be produced by James Gunn's Troll Core Entertainment and the Safran Company in association with Warner Bros. Obviously Television. Peacemaker is scheduled to begin production early 2021 next year, prior to James Gunn beginning work on the next Guardians of the Galaxy film, which, as Guardians of the Galaxy, it's, Volume 3 with Thor. That's why I'm calling it that. A lot of people are calling it that, actually, as Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's a really clever name, and they should do something with that. The character, which was created by Joe Gill... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the TV series will extend the world that James Gunn is creating for the feature film, which is scheduled to be released in theaters by Warner Brothers Pictures on August 6th, 2021, which is not even a year away, folks. It is seen as latest TV and film role. The WWE superstar is set to star in Fast and Furious 9, which, just stop. The 9th installment of the Fast and Furious, whatever. Is set to host TBS's revival of Wipeout, which I'm actually there for that. I love Wipeout. I think it's a ton of fun. James Gunn has the unique ability to create an expansive universe while also bringing to life the soul and wit of each character. We look forward to a deep dive into the world of Peacemaker, says Casey Bloys, Chief Content Officer for HBO and HBO Max. So you have it here first, folks. I'm here for this. I think John Cena he's not a great actor yet, but I saw what he did in Bumblebee, and I think he's getting better and better. Obviously, Playing with Fire was just by far one of the worst films that had ever come out that year. I can't even remember. Was it this year? Did Playing with Fire? Okay, I'm sorry. 1 second. Playing with Fire. Oh, November 8th, 2019. Okay, never mind. It was last year. But 22% Rotten Tomatoes. It was god awful. It was a terrible film. But it wasn't all John Cena's fault. It was just a stupid, horrible movie. So there you have it, folks. Peacemaker, starring John Cena, is getting a spinoff series on HBO Max, which HBO Max is really... I love that they're embracing the DCEU. They're embracing Man of Steel and Wonder Woman and Batman Superman Ultimate Edition, by the way. I wish they would put the extended editions of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit on there, but whatever. I don't even know if The Hobbit is on there, actually, but whatever. I digress. So I'm excited for it. It's obviously going to be part of the DCEU, which is exciting that we're going to have a TV series that is part of the DCEU series of films. I'm there for that. I'm really excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section and the live chat now, and we can move on to the meat of today's show, and that is that the Snyder Cut has moved forward with additional photography. And what this means is that they have moved forward and they're shooting new scenes. Let me see if I remove. Okay, 1 second. Let me try to get this article up here. Okay, boom. There we go. Am I good? Okay, here. Sweet. So, Zack Snyder's Justice League to film more with Affleck, which is Batman, Cavill, which is Superman, Godot, which is Wonder Woman, and Fisher, which is Cyborg. Zack Snyder is assembling his Justice League at least once more, with his cut of the superhero epic taking the shape of a series being released on HBO Max. It was unclear whether or not the director would be afforded the opportunity to add new photography to the production. Early reports indicated Warner Brothers would not be interested in pursuing such an endeavor. However, it is now being reported that Snyder will be getting his heroes back into action for new footage, which has not yet been shot for the official release of Zack Snyder's Justice League early next year. The shoot, which will turn... Okay, this is a quote. The shoot, which will turn the Snyder Cut into a 4-episode limited series, is expected to bring back Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman for new scenes. THR reports. Also set to appear on the call sheet for what is expected to be a week or so long shoot is Ray Fisher as Cyborg. THR notes that Fisher's involvement is particularly interesting given his current divide with Warner Brothers. The actor has been vocal about being mistreated on the set of Justice League after Joss Whedon took the reins from Snyder and reshaped the film into what many DC fans have grown to despise. I am one of them. I hate that film, and I cannot wait for the Snyder Cut. Fisher's dispute has prompted an investigation about the production of the film, which originally released back in 2017, and has spawned more controversy as Fisher and his Justice League co-star Jason Momoa have been vocal about the investigation not being handled properly and their tenure on set requiring accountability for those who mistreated others. As the back and forth between Warner Brothers and Fisher continues, Warner Brothers will be signing a check for Fisher as he reprises his cyborg role under Snyder's vision, fulfilling a role destined to have been much larger and much more meaningful than what fans have seen so far. So, I'm all here. I'm here for this. I'm so excited that I'm pumped that they're filming new scenes. Obviously, it wasn't finished. Like it was close, you know. Snyder filmed a ton of the Snyder Cut, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it wasn't real. It's the Snyder Cut. It's not real. It's real. Y'all can shut up now." But it's real. It's happening. It's coming early. I hope they mean early next year. I hope they don't mean like June. I hope they mean March, April, May. I'm still have my money on May. The Snyder Cut was announced way back in May, so I'm really hoping it's May, but we'll see. Or earlier, you know, earlier than May. But this excites me for a number of reasons. One, the fact that we can even sit here and talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League that we are getting confirmed next year is freaking amazing. It's awesome that this thing actually happened. I know I've talked about this a lot, and I'm sorry. But actually, I'm not sorry. You know, I'm not sorry that we're talking about this. It's the Snyder Cut, for crying out loud. We're going to talk about it till we die. But obviously, it wasn't 100% finished, and everyone was assuming that there were obviously more scenes that needed to be filmed, which made sense. You know, it wasn't a finished film, and that made sense. But this excites me because we're going to see Snyder's vision 100% fulfilled. That means that Warner Brothers, even though they weren't keen on the idea of the endeavor of them going forward and doing additional photography, that they finally agreed to it. They finally agreed to let Zack Snyder film more scenes and give him more money to finish his film and allow it to be seen the way he intended. That makes me really happy. That means that Warner Brothers and Snyder are growing closer and closer, and hopefully that means Warner Brothers and Jeff Johns and Joss Whedon are moving further and further away. I would be totally fine with that. But this to me is a sign of trust between not two companies, but between Zack Snyder and between Warner Bros. All right, our Knight Rider friend, our good friend Knight Rider from the community. Hello there, glad you're here. I know it's pretty late where you live, so I'm glad that you're here hanging out with us. Where was I? Oh yeah, so to me, this shows that there's trust being built between Snyder and between Warner Brothers, between each other, and that makes me happy because obviously one can't exist without the other. Warner Brothers, well, that doesn't make any sense. Zack Snyder wouldn't have this opportunity if it weren't for AT&T taking over Warner Brothers and creating HBO Max. We know that. That's old news. But the fact that Warner Brothers themselves agreed to let Zack Snyder move forward with additional photography is huge. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Zack Snyder brings to the table. And by the way, guys, whoever's watching live right now, I got a couple. Drop some questions in the live chat, and I will answer them when we're done with the show. I'll answer them live. So just, you know, it can be about anything. It can be about TV shows, movies, video games, music, anything, any entertainment, whatever. We cover it all here. But I'm excited to see, especially the fact that Zack Snyder's Justice League to film more with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Ray Fisher. That, like, the biggest players in Justice League are the ones that are coming back. So I really hope this is a cool scene. I don't think we'll be able to tell when the film's released. I don't think we'll be able to tell like we did Justice League. Joss Whedon did such a terrible job meshing what Zack Snyder did and meshing what he did whatever that was, whatever he tried to do, whatever he's he's the worst. He did good with the Avengers, but the Avengers are not the Justice League. You can't try to make one like the other. It won't work. DC is just a darker universe. Marvel is just a more lighthearted universe. That's how it's always been. That's how it most likely always will be. You need to embrace that and not try to make one more like the other. It won't work out. So the real question though is, what do you guys think? Are you worried that Zack Snyder's filming more? Do you think that shows that the film is more unfinished or unpolished than you thought? Are you excited for this? Jump in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts, and we can take on some of these live questions here. And Mulveer says, I can't believe the Snyder Cut is releasing next year. I can't believe it either, man. I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's definitely my most anticipated film of next year, and I'm pumped. I'm so excited to watch it. I already showed that. Now, I've been under the rock with non-Avengers Marvel movies, but wasn't Gunn taken off production for Guardians of the Galaxy? He was for a bit, Trey, if you're still here watching. He was for a bit, because some old tweets from like 9 years ago, someone apparently went to James Gunn's account and just scrolled until they hit those tweets. And of course, we all know the story. DC and Marvel blew up on James Gunn and fired him. And now he's back. So, I think the whole thing was stupid. I think it worked out for DC, though. It worked out for Warner Bros. When they fired him. They're like, oh, you got fired from Marvel? I'm so sorry. You want to come do Justice League? And then James Gunn was like, oh, sure. So that obviously that shows some mutual respect between James Gunn and between Warner Brothers. And then Knight Rider says hello there and sup. Hello, Knight Rider. Glad you're here. If that is all, let me see if we can get a few more questions in here. It's only been 17 minutes, so if you guys have any questions at all, any questions about my my channel, any movie, any video game, any music, any television show, anything, I'm open. By the way, if you guys have not watched Ozark on Netflix, what are you doing? It's such a fantastic show. It's very mature. Like, there's a lot of mature stuff in it. But wow, it's amazing. Please go watch it. It's good. It's really good. Don't watch it with your kids. Don't watch it with your kids, please. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if we can get a more question or two in here. Alrighty, looks like that's going to be it for today. So thank you to Trey Legis and Knight Rider and Mulveer for tuning into this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys will be in the next one too. Thank you guys, all of you, so much as always for watching. It's always a pleasure doing this show. Even though I got my new laptop, my new webcam, my new mic, my new sign from my awesome parents for my birthday. I think it looks great. Thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode.